All right.
What is happening?
There's a lot happening. Well,
Yeah.
welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to our podcast. My name is Harsh Webov, Mr. Bigman, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Good.
Good?
Good. How's your week?
Busy.
Busy?
Sunday,
There
I
we
can't
go.
believe it.
I know.
I know.
Weekend just flew by, huh?
Yep. That's going on this week, guys.
A
There's
lot.
a lot happening this week.
We started a podcast.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, thank you. Yes.
Started-
Well, we're starting our whole brand new podcast, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Our first ever episode,
Mhm.
and the podcast name is
The bullshit
The
hour. guys.
bullshit hour.
The Bullshit Hour.
Why is that?
Exactly.
Why is that?
Well, it's the bullshit's kind of like given to us every day in our life, in our daily
Yeah.
basis. It's given to us by our parents, our friends, our
Bosses.
bosses,
Yeah.
right? Our
Everywhere.
government.
Mhm.
We're being fed bullshit, and I think I'll speak for myself here, but I'm sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying it's okay, it's fine. Yeah, it's okay, it's fine. We know that, but it's not really.
Yeah.
We're adults. We want to be treated as adults, right?
Yes. And I guess at this point in time, I would say that people are feeding us bullshit, whether it be our corporations, giant corporations, government, or bosses, whoever it is, right? And we're not able to speak up on that, speak back on that,
Yeah.
call out on that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So actually, this podcast we want to talk about.
So are you saying we want to change the culture here?
I would say so, actually.
You know what? Yeah, that's actually right.
I would say so.
Because
Yeah.
we're
Yes.
fucking tired of it. We're tired of just sit back. We're not ready to take it anymore.
Yeah.
We gotta change this
Be
whole
more
thing.
transparent.
Be more
Exactly.
transparent.
Be
Yeah.
more transparent.
And again, guys, we're not here to pick any sides,
No,
No.
are we? No.
No.
I am not educated enough to pick sides.
Neither am I.
I think with this podcast, they will see that you get the opinion from an average person.
Yep.
We're not no celebrity here.
Exactly.
We're not famous or anything. We're just average American.
Yeah.
True.
In other words,
know?
you're gonna get an uncut version,
Yep.
right? We don't know. We didn't plan this,
Nope.
and that's why it's called the Bullshit Hour. We're
Yep.
gonna get together every week. We're gonna talk about
Yep.
things. We have a topic in mind. Obviously, you guys can probably guess
Mhm.
what's the hottest topic this week. The
I would say-
war.
The war, guys. Come on.
Everybody's
I
talking
mean,
about the
everyone's
war.
talking about it. The war. I mean, again, Hamas versus Israel.
Right?
Let me tell you, I'm not following that.
You're
You know,
not.
I'm
Okay.
not.
not.
Okay,
I'm not.
okay.
So I do have a little bit of a little bit of news on it,
Mhm.
but I don't know how it all started,
Okay.
where it happened, what is the two difference, how is it affecting,
Right.
all
Okay.
this news that's out there,
Mm-hmm.
what's bullshit and what's not.
Well, there you go. That's
Right?
perfect, right? So we're
Yep.
gonna talk about the reality. We're gonna talk about the bullshit,
Okay.
and we'll get a little bit into what's the next stage, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Some are saying World War III. I didn't hear it from me, but right. But
That's true.
again,
That's
this
true.
is the bullshit we're gonna talk about.
I mean-
So I want to welcome you guys in officially.
Again, guys, at the same point, we want to let you guys know that this is we deeply condemn of
Yeah.
the
There's nothing to joke about, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
And then that's our exact point. The things that are happening, and regular Joe like us, we pay the price
Right.
yeah.
because
Not just us, it's all the viewers those are listening out there, whether
Yeah.
it be in Asia, India, Russia, China, Europe, United States, Canada, South America, wherever you guys are listening from.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
totally agree with that, and I think that's why we want to just kind of get along, get together. We'll make some jokes. We'll talk about the reality,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
yes, you ready to get into it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, well, first question is how did all this start?
Mm-hmm.
Israel versus Palestine.
So I would say, to give you a little bit of background, and I would say let's go into baby words, right?
I did hear that it's been going on for quite some time.
It's going
you know?
on since
and
World
then
War One, actually.
It's been picking up a lot of heat,
Yes.
recently.
Not recently, last Saturday. That's when
Okay.
it started, right?
Okay.
So last Saturday,
Okay.
the war started last
Yeah.
Saturday.
And I guess it was Yom Kippur last
Okay.
Saturday.
Yeah. Oh.
Right?
Oh.
It's one of Yom Kippur, which is like their holiest holiday for
Okay,
Israeli
okay,
people,
okay.
right?
For Jewish
For
religion.
Jewish community.
Okay.
I would say it's significant as Diwali for Indians, Christmas for
Okay.
Americans,
Major holiday.
major
Talk-
holidays.
talk
Yes,
about. Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's one of those days. So imagine you're having a Thanksgiving dinner, right?
Okay.
With your family, and all of a sudden, I don't know, let's say ISIS,
Huh?
ISIS attacks
Okay.
United States,
Okay.
and it I don't know, bombs.
So you're saying that you're having Thanksgiving dinner, and out of
Yes.
nowhere you hear some.
Yep. Yep.
The missiles coming in.
Missiles coming in, right?
Oh wow. Okay.
No matter
That's
what.
terrifying.
That's terrifying. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Imagine right now.
Yep. Imagine right now while we are doing the podcast
Yeah.
and this happens,
That's
right?
scary.
Okay.
So
So you're saying it happened
So-
Saturday.
It caught by surprise to everybody in the
again,
country there.
so I want to call out on bullshit on that thing, right?
Okay.
The bullshit.
The bullshit. Yep.
There you go.
So what I've read on the reports and all the news
Okay.
in all these coming weeks is right, they were caught by surprise,
Okay.
right?
That's what they said.
By these terrorist organization. I mean, again, I don't know if they're terrorists, but that's what they're labeled as,
Okay.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But the organization is called Hamas.
Okay.
But now they're actually politically or voted into the power in this Gaza region or the Gaza Strip.
I don't want to get
Okay.
you too far into a different topic here, but
Yep.
would you consider Hamas and Taliban in like similar categories, or are they different?
I
Because they're both organizations. right?
so again, I would say they're similar
Okay.
yet different.
Okay. Sure,
Right?
Sure.
Similar in sense they don't give a fuck.
That's yeah.
They
Okay.
don't give a fuck about. They would just do whatever it takes.
Right.
What's right for them?
What's
Yeah.
right for them
Okay.
to just win the war.
Right.
So very self-centered.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say, like, listen, I'm not saying that we don't do the same thing at times
Yeah.
Yeah.
as Americans,
Mhm.
but we have some ethics.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
We do have some ethics.
That's definitely a different episode that we will definitely talk about, where Americans trying to be self-centered in different countries.
Yes.
I think
So, sorry, but going back to the topic,
Right.
the organization Hamas.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that they have support from
So
the
so
public.
so let me give you some back history, right?
Okay.
So Hamas is basically what they say is organization that was created to get rid of Israelis in that region,
Okay.
right?
what's the reason we're talking? Are we talking about the
Israel,
Gaza?
Israel,
Okay,
Israel
Okay.
itself
As a country.
Okay.
as a country
Okay.
itself as whole,
Gotcha.
right?
Gotcha.
Okay.
And what they're saying is that Israel was caught by surprise.
Yeah.
Now, Israel has one of the best spy agencies in the world, right?
Right.
It has Mossad.
Okay. FBI type.
It's not FBI.
Okay.
It's CIA
CIA,
of the
okay.
country.
Got
So
it.
it's ranked as like top 4, top 5, or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, Riley.
We got a special guest over
We got a
here.
special guest here.
You got something to say?
He's calling out on the bullshit.
Well,
right?
so
You can push it.
you're talking about Mossad, right?
You talk about Mossad, right?
Yeah.
So it has so the top 5 agencies I would say are CIA.
CIA.
It's definitely one.
We talk about MI6.
MI6 might be a
Mossad.
third one.
Okay, sure. Not in a particular order, but
not in particular order.
Mossad you would consider as very
That's top 5.
intelligent.
Yes. Now
very
you have
intelligent, lot of
KGB
connections. Yes,
of Russians, right?
of
Okay.
course.
That's definitely. Come on, guys. I mean, no matter if you agree or not, it's definitely in like top 5.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
So you're saying Mossad had some knowledge of this?
So as far as one of the knowledge goes, or as far as one of the sources goes,
Yeah.
AP News, what one of the Egyptian official told AP News that they warned Israelis
Israelis.
Mm-hmm.
that there's something big going to happen
Oh,
sooner or later.
okay.
So at this point, I don't think they're caught by surprise.
Hmm.
Now I don't know why they're
How
acting
accurate?
as surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
You think it's for
the news
show?
is very accurate.
Okay.
I think the news is very accurate.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, Mossad. Nothing gets. I mean, again, guys, they're saying their military is like, again. I don't know if you guys know Mossad. Is the state of Illinois, right?
That size. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
that size.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
that
Israel,
size.
Okay.
yes.
Israel, right?
Yes.
And they have the 28th largest army in the world.
Wow.
How can something go past beyond that?
They need all that
Yeah.
power?
Yep.
Huh.
For that small
Yes.
size.
And
okay.
and these people, these group, Mossad group, I think, I don't know if they barely have any money or not. They were able to gather 2,000 missiles, rocket launchers, or whatever you call it,
Huh.
on the day of
The
From
attack?
whom?
on the day of attack. Yes.
From whom?
From whom? That's a really good question.
Again, the sources all the sources and evidence point back to Iran. Right?
So you're saying Iran is fighting.
A proxy war
Oh.
against US.
Why do you
Probably.
why
probably.
do you say that?
I would say that because of all the sanctions that we put on Iran.
Well, since Sleepy Joe's been in the office, we have kind of like laid down a little bit on the foreign policies, but
I mean,
sure.
I guess.
Yeah. But
But-
that's
So I'm gonna back you up again. Iran is part of um what's that country that
UN.
UN?
It's not part of UN. I don't
Okay.
think
It's not part of the
not
United
part of UN.
Nations?
Nope, it's not.
That makes
Okay.
more sense because that's
So,
why they can back them up
you-
like that.
And guys, I can be wrong here, but as far as I know, Iran is not part of UN. Iran is not part of
Do
UN.
they have any allies?
They
Iran
definitely
has
do have
a ton of
allies.
allies.
Yeah.
They do definitely have allies in the place. Yes.
So you think they knew?
Definitely. There's been news on the internet that Iran officials met with Hamas group in Beirut a week or two prior the attack.
What else do you need?
There you go.
I mean, I don't want to simplify things here, oversimplify things here, but you know, if 1 + 1 is always 2.
It's true, but they're all denying the fact that we didn't know, we didn't have any idea of it or whatnot. But again, guys, let's go back and backtrack. Okay, Hamas just has a small region in their control.
Right.
How can they gather this much resource
Ammo.
to attack the region?
That's
True.
Right?
True. Do they have
And-
connection elsewhere?
They don't.
Other country?
I'm sure they do, but I guess the biggest help that they had was from Iran. That's in my opinion.
and see
and-
that's
And again, that all comes into the play when 6 billion was unfroze by United States in exchange for foreign prisoners, political prisoners from Iran, U.S.
Whoa.
political prisoners.
Whoa.
Sorry,
And
getting
you're
US
saying these are coincidences?
Could be not.
Or are you saying this is the bullshit that we're being
This is the
fed?
bullshit that we are trying to dissect.
Mm.
Okay.
So even though I haven't heard in the news that US might be involved or not as part of this, are you saying that it could be? Possibility?
US is not directly involved, but the Biden administration has strongly supported Israel
Israel.
in this attacks or in this war that's ongoing. Actually,
So you're saying that US is playing both sides in other way.
The-
No.
We're helping
No.
Israel's, but
Hamas?
we kind of
Both of them.
no, what we're helping Israel's by providing the ammo on the front. But on the back end, we also have a deal with Iran. And that's kind of starting the whole thing.
again, a lot of our politicians did not want to unfreeze the 6 billion
Yeah.
that we unfroze for Iran. We did it in exchange to return our political.
So you're saying they may not be
prisoners.
related.
But I think that fund, 6 billion, was used
To buy the ammo?
to buy all the ammos, all the ammunitions for to attack
to
Israel.
Hamas. Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Hamas used it.
So we're providing. So let me get this right. Hold the fuck on. Hold on. So we're providing the funds to the X, and we're
Yeah.
supporting the Y
Yeah.
after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have seen this before. If you trace the history, U.S. has done this before many, many times.
We do this all the time. We do this all. We fuck up at Y, but then we try to cover up the X.
Yeah.
I love our country. We have great
Oh, yeah.
benefits,
Oh,
but
yeah.
there are some things, and this is one of them where we meddle too much. And I think 80% of Americans would agree with this.
Yes.
I don't care if it's
But-
left wing, right wing. They would agree that leave the fucking people alone.
Yeah.
So
We clean up our shit first.
So is there like other countries that are like helping him out in any way, or they
Which
kind of
side?
like just like stay
Israel or
back?
Palestinians?
Either side. Like,
Yeah.
is there any other UN countries or
I would
you know?
I would say that from what I've heard and what I've seen on the news, what I've read, is that Palestine, right,
Mm.
has been recognized. Now again, guys, Hamas and Palestine, people get confused, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a step back. Can you explain that a little bit?
So Hamas is kind of like a political party of
Okay.
Palestinians.
Okay.
Radicals, radicals of Palestinians.
So it's a radical organization in Palestine.
Yes,
Okay.
but not all Palestinian people support Hamas group.
Yeah.
So it's like the Taliban that I explained earlier.
Yes.
Right? Afghanistan has their own government,
Yes.
but there's
But-
Taliban they want to
Yes.
take over. So
Yeah.
as soon as US left, they got in.
Yep.
They
Mhm,
took over.
mhm, mhm.
Okay.
True.
All right.
Yes.
That makes sense.
So you have these countries who actually recognize Palestine as
Right.
their as a country. Actually,
Oh, okay.
So right now it's not.
It is. I think so.
it's not recognized by United States
Mm.
and European nations.
It's not.
No, it's not.
It's
So-
very small.
It's not recognized at all. Actually.
Oh, that it's a country.
Yeah.
Is that why they're pissed
It-
off about?
I don't know. Again,
Well,
guys,
I think they're pissed off about the whole Gaza Strip in the middle, right?
but Gaza Strip is just a small, part
piece,
of it.
you know.
It's a small
So
piece.
who wants?
How is that important though? You know, what did they have there?
Well, Gaza Strip doesn't have anything important, but
Yeah.
it just have, I would say, 2 million Palestinians in that region. Actually,
So that's why.
it's not even thriving, by the way. So I don't know why they're even fighting on that
on
region,
land,
on that region.
yeah.
So it's considered as one of the,
Capital.
not a capital per se, but it's the one of the cities in Palestine, right? It's got what is
It has 50% unemployment rate.
It's got
It's not doing great.
It's got a little over half a mil
So
population.
that's why I'm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm curious that if that land or whatever it is, that strip, if it's not that important, if it doesn't have that much economy there or whatever, why even
I think it's kind of goes back to the war that happened back in 1960s, something like that,
Yeah.
where Israel's actually took over Gaza Strip,
Yeah,
and
it did take over part of Egypt,
yes,
right?
and then part of the
Part of West Banks,
right,
okay,
and the rebellions like we want that back, and that's been
from
going on
Palestine
from
side,
Israel,
from Israel,
yes, and that's
Okay.
been going on for ages. Over that one little strip.
Oh wow.
Yep.
So that's why the Gaza is important. I
Now
guess.
again, what they're also saying that, well, Benjamin Netanyahu, who
Mhm.
was again the head of Israel, right,
Okay.
pretty much said that he was caught by surprise.
Okay.
of the attack.
But it might be bullshit too,
Why do you say that?
because he wants to gain the full power of Gaza Strip.
Okay.
Because one attack on Israel could pretty much destroy them, take that region back,
Oh.
right?
Whoa.
And again, that guy's been in power for 15 years,
So he's been in the office for 15 years?
12 or 15 years,
12 to 15.
12 to 15 years.
So you think it's more like a pride thing that, hey, look,
I got
know,
this. I got this.
yeah,
We won the war, guys.
know?
It's a big dick energy.
yeah.
Let me ask you this though. When's the next election?
I don't know.
Do you think that might be something they're
Might be.
okay?
Well,
Might be.
Well, you know what they say: if there's a smoke, there's definitely a fire,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
okay.
So I think we just kind of like talked about a bunch of stuff here. We called out a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
We don't know who's right, who's wrong. The one thing that we know that's wrong is the innocent civilians dying.
I
An
have seen
innocent civilian paying the price.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have seen very disturbing videos on
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah.
On
Kids getting
all,
decapitated. Come on, guys. Like
Yeah.
that's
it's at what cost?
So this war that they say, I take it as more towards like the government, rather than like the people.
And
Yeah,
I think that's
because
been the theme for all these previous times.
yeah,
It's not the first attack between these two parties. There have been many attacks in the past.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
if
yeah.
you ask
And it's
anybody in
always the
Israel or
civilians.
Palestine, they're
Yeah.
tired of it.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
so
yeah.
tired of it. And I think I read one of the reports where actually, Israel's were helping. I mean, both parties were helping each other to get this out of they want to get rid of the terrorist group. So Israel is like trying to do the most,
Yeah.
and Palestine's actually helping these people, to get these assholes out of there.
Yeah.
Because it's too much.
I guess it's so I guess there are two wings, right? Left wing and right wing.
Sure.
Left wing is saying, listen, we don't negotiate
Yeah.
with terrorists, right?
Never.
Fuck them, kill them, do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Right wing, on the other hand, is like, listen, guys, let's negotiate it down. Now we
Right.
don't know who's right, who's wrong. We don't know if it's reasonable to negotiate with them
Mm.
or if it's not.
Mm.
We don't know the answer. We don't know what's right or wrong. Like we don't know what's the right answer at this point.
I think, in my opinion, the right answer is do what you want to do.
Yeah.
We got a lot of shit to clean up on our side.
Yeah.
We should be looking at all
But-
these activities.
But when you say we, who's we?
United States, our country.
Yes. And again, guys, you guys have to understand this, that what's going on in the Middle East is causing fucking problems back home,
Yeah.
right?
I think so.
Like-
Inflation.
Country is already fucking divided.
Yeah.
It's already fucking divided.
Yeah.
Let's agree
I
on that
agree.
shit,
Yes.
right? Left, right, whatever the fuck it is.
I think
It's
the
divided.
last. I think the last two elections have definitely kind of made it very clear about.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
This is just adding more fuel to the fire.
Agreed.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Some people want to agree with Israel going to extreme and destroy,
Well, we are. They're
Hamas
our
group.
allies.
right?
We will support
But
them.
then, if there are allies, but if we have issue over here,
Mhm.
how can we even support, other countries when our country is like, drowning?
Well, I think it's because
Yeah.
there's that placebo effect of that's this is gonna actually happen, but it doesn't happen, and then comes down to where if we don't support Israel, what's next?
What
World
about
War III.
Oh,
Even if we don't support Israel,
yeah.
guys, you guys have to understand this. Whether we support Israel or not, you have to understand this. Israel can actually take over Hamas
Mm-hmm.
by themselves. They don't need us. They don't need us.
Yeah.
We're just supporting them
To
in
show.
sense, besides show, to blockade Iran from aiding Hamas group. That's what I think.
otherwise Iran will take over.
Or else Iran would still aid Hamas and Hamas would still go on to fight for months, I would say.
And I don't know if you guys have seen the map, but Iran's a pretty hefty, in terms of square feet.
It's
They're
hefty,
pretty-
but do they really have
Power.
power,
the
money,
manpower,
wealth,
Yeah.
all that?
I don't think so. They got tech and all that,
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Nah.
Maybe they
I
do,
don't
maybe
know.
they don't. I don't know who's helping them.
Yeah.
At this point in time, guys, after Russia and Ukraine, which
It's still going on.
it's still going
Still
on.
going on. Yeah.
Jesus.
Again, bullshit. Still going on. We don't know who's helping who.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely see China playing a role in this thing, in the whole thing.
Yeah.
After the G20 summit
Okay.
that happened, right?
Oh, okay.
Prior to this war, Saudi was in talks with Israel
Mm-hmm.
for peace talks, actually, to
Whoa.
recognize Israel as a country, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, it did not.
Gotcha.
So
Well,
But after this, we don't know what Saudi is going to take their role on this. We don't
gotcha.
know.
And I kind of want to take a step back here for our viewers here. Can you explain G20 summit in 10 seconds? Maybe 20
I
seconds.
wouldn't have much information on that. I still have to read on that thing. But
Okay.
G20 is basically like a UN. But understand this: G20 is much more powerful than UN. It controls 85% of the GDP in the world that's going on right now.
Oh,
it has a
wow.
lot more countries.
It has a lot more countries. It has first world countries. It has developing countries in that G20.
So you're
group.
saying G20 is more of a 2.0 of UN?
I wouldn't say 2.0, but I would say just a better. I wouldn't even compare G20 to UN because UN is a failed state at this point.
I would agree
They
with that.
they cannot even control.
They can't control
They
anything.
cannot even control Russia and Ukraine wars
They
at this
can't
point.
control they can't control the attendance.
Nope, they can't. So G20, I would say they're trying to eliminate UN and trying to replace it with
Oh,
G20.
okay.
But there are a lot of European countries that are not in G20
Mm-hmm.
want to still keep the UN alive. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
Got it.
That's what my takes are on that.
Gotcha.
People might have different views.
What about India?
What about India?
What about India? So India is playing a role of sitting out, watch it out, right?
For right now.
For right now. I mean, not for right now, but even if all hell breaks loose, right?
Sure.
They still recognize Palestine as a country. They still recognize Israel as their partner.
Oh, so we're allied.
So they're friends with both.
Both of them.
Right?
Either way. Yeah.
If anything, those two countries or groups or whatever you call them should go to India for negotiation. Not United States, not UK, not Russia.
You know, that's a good way of looking at it. I think a lot of these issues, different conflicted countries, they should go to India and, hey, can you be the
I
middleman?
mean, again, guys, we can solve.
We have solved a lot of shit.
Issues.
We have our own experience from getting out of fucking British people and getting away from Pakistan. We have done it with peace.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this is again the same thing. This is the same scenario as India and Pakistan, right? But it is what it is. Like India could solve that. I wouldn't say solve that, but they know, like, okay, fine. Like
they'll figure
there's
out
a time to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now is not a good time to deal with it.
Honestly, I think that even if you have 100% perfect solution to this problem, there's always going to be a
dickhead.
Yeah.
Just call it.
A group of dickheads.
Fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
There's going to be a group of dickheads. They're going to start this shit again in next 10 years.
Regardless whether you're in UN or G20, somebody's going to be there.
Yep.
Right? And then it's going to affect every other country.
Yeah.
And
then see that the country itself should take some ownership on that part. Instead of, these rebellion groups that kind of like, evolve from neighbors, right?
Before even
the friends
Yeah.
The country should have proper rules and regulations, proper laws in place to make sure this doesn't happen.
So who dictates that though?
The country itself. You should be looking at
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Going back to this question. Sure. Hamas and Israel, right?
Yeah.
Hamas is part of Palestine.
Right.
Understand this part. 50% of the population did not want Hamas in power.
Okay.
How do you dictate that part?
That's a big percentage though. 50-50 is kind of it goes both ways.
Yeah, but again, some of the 50% that voted into Hamas, they actually voted to Hamas on a gunpoint.
So it's not really 50-50 then.
It's not. But they have to live in a fear of like, okay, fine, like.
But see, that's where Palestine, you call it a country, whatever you want to call it, they should be asking for help.
They should be, and they are trying. I don't think they're not trying, but I think they're being blockaded by Israel.
Oh. So you're saying Israel kind of brought that upon themselves in a way.
Or Israel knew it. That's what my biggest thing is. I think they knew it. They let it happen.
So
they can get. So they no, not
they
attention.
They can claim the victory.
they can claim victory and they can get back their territories.
Their Gaza territory.
Yep.
Okay.
And I would even say to this point that United States let it happen.
Shit. This kind of reminds you of the movie Inception.
Inception.
Yeah, there's layers between the layers between the layers, and the truth revealed.
This fight could have been stopped.
When
I mean,
though?
again, guys,
But
Gaza is just, I mean, if you look on the map, it's
Yeah.
just, I mean,
It's
again,
not that big.
pull up the
Yeah,
map, right?
I've seen it.
It's
yeah.
just a small piece
yeah.
in Israel
Yeah.
or part of that, right?
Pull it
So,
up. Yeah, sure.
how could they gather 5,000 rocket launchers, dude? How?
In that
don't
for,
Have-
for that or with
For that, just for that.
For that?
For that,
Oh.
yeah. And launch
I
that.
did not know about that at
And-
all.
It's just this strip.
Look at the strip. This is like Miami Beach. Less
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah. And they attacked all this. And the rockets went all the way to Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, right?
That's
No,
way up there. Yeah.
No. And on top of that, Israel has Iron Dome system.
Can you talk about what is that?
So Iron Dome system is basically any rockets that get launched into Israel or are projected to Israel, they actually basically kill it in the air.
So it's like the system we have for White House.
Yes. But they have it for the whole country.
So how did this happen?
Anywhere. Yes,
Wow.
anywhere. If they project a projectile that is not hitting a populated area, they let it fall.
Okay.
But if it's hitting a populated area,
They
it
will-
would just kill it midair.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So in Gaza right now, it's
And Gaza still did it. Like Hamas group still.
How did that happen?
That's what I'm trying to say.
So I think that's the bullshit that we
So-
need. We need more answers from the Israel government. Would you agree?
I would agree, yes. I would
We
agree
need-
on that.
We need a. We need.
But
to have
again,
a
guys,
realistic
you guys have to
conversation with
understand
them.
this. What Israel is doing right now, if I was Israel, and let's say, for example, I was caught by surprise,
Mhm.
I would do the same actions that they did.
okay.
They kind of have to.
They
you
have to,
know?
right?
They have to.
But in the same sense, if they knew this attack that was going to happen,
Right.
and if they're still retaliating with this thing,
Yeah.
with all these airstrikes, killing, I mean, again, guys, 5,000 plus people have been killed
Yeah.
in this war,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah. How many
So-
injured?
9,000.
Yeah.
9,000 so far, as of today, actually. If you have that many airstrikes going on, if you knew all this information, come on, guys. Let's just have a peace talk, call it a day. Again,
Rebuild.
we
it,
would always know that this happened. Like, but I don't think war is a solution at this point.
I think either G20 or UN. Either way you look at it.
UN is not going to,
But
it's
what I'm-
not capable to solve jack
Well,
shit.
what I'm saying is, there should be an agreed upon rule by every countries that after 5 days or 3 days of wars, both parties must. I think G20 and United Nations. I don't know what the future holds, but
Mhm.
we need to be able to stop regular people from getting hurt,
From dying.
from dying.
Dying. Forget getting hurt.
Yeah.
From dying.
I think regardless of what the war is, regardless of what the countries are, either they're part of G20 or UN, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
After a certain amount of hours, I think this should be obviously you can talk into it, make it actual
Yeah.
rule, the
Mhm.
law. After a certain amount of hours in the war,
Mm-hmm.
and where both countries are retaliating,
Yeah.
after a certain amount of hours, you must be able to stop. They
So,
must stop. They must get together. They must talk through this before the next attack.
let me ask you this. On that follow-up.
Sure.
Fine. Let's say I and you are fighting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I started the first attack.
Okay.
How do I get punished?
I'm saying that after we both retaliated against each other,
Mm-hmm.
let's say if it's 3 days, 2 days, whatever that is.
Okay,
Right? Two
okay.
attacks, 3 attacks
Fine.
each.
Who gets punished how? Is my question.
It has to be a
So in this
unanimous
situation,
country.
how would you punish? Who? Who would you punish in this question? Hamas, Israel?
I wouldn't look at it
Both?
in terms of
Both?
but hold on a second though. I wouldn't look at it in terms of punishment. I don't care about the punishment at this point. My major concern and major point of focal is
Just to fucking stop.
prevention.
Okay.
I think they should understand that because they are, again,
It's their own people.
yeah, and they're not like just, you're not talking about just two people, like, of course, the president or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about countries,
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the amount of people, the civilians there
100%.
that are, and I think they should go off based on that.
So guys, let's I would say let's call out on one more bullshit actually on this
Okay.
topic.
Let's see.
I would say government doesn't give a fucking flying fuck.
That's very true.
They're okay to dispense civilian lives
For their
Just
own
to-
gain.
just for their own gain.
Yeah.
Would you guys agree?
I 100% would agree.
I
Would you
think
agree,
so.
Kevin?
I think so.
Right?
Yeah, just to save, I guess, their power position.
Their power position.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I don't know.
Monetary gain.
Monetary
Probably.
gain, yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How long they've been ruling? Like what, 15 years, right?
Who? When
We're
you
talking
say-
about the Israel side?
Yeah,
Okay.
any countries,
Uh-huh.
they want to keep that for the next,
whatever
however
time it is,
many-
yes,
however
I
many years,
I completely understand that, but again, it just doesn't. This just doesn't apply to just Israel. Applies to
Who
United
benefits
States.
from this? There has to be a third party who benefits from this. We got Iran.
I think we know who benefits.
Who?
I think. Listen, guys.
Don't be scared.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I think you know what? Defense contractors benefit from this shit.
Okay.
Let's be honest here.
they get more
Right.
orders. Okay. Money.
Again,
money
you're throwing fucking rocket launchers
yeah.
on each other. Who do you think is making money off of this shit?
The one who provides it.
Contractor.
And-
probably.
Defense contractors. Where are they in terms of geographic?
I mean, again, some are based out of France,
Okay.
right? Some are based out of United States.
Different countries.
United States probably produces 70 to 80% of arms that are being used in the Middle East.
That's very
Oh, wow.
true.
Yeah,
That's very true.
yeah. If you guys didn't know that,
Oh wow.
right?
Okay.
The rest of them are from Europe.
Jesus.
China might be involved. We just don't know what the numbers are.
You know what the
We just
sad-
don't know what the
The
numbers are.
saddest part about all this is every time there's a world type kind of event that happens,
Mhm.
we're in it.
Yeah.
I would love to see a next event where we have nothing to do with either party.
When you say we, define we. Who's we?
American.
United States.
I'm American, so I have to say we.
But besides United States, who's not?
But
Who's always involved with the United States? Would you say Europe is always involved in United States in this thing?
No, I think it's always China. China somehow is involved as well.
I don't think China was always involved.
No?
Besides the past 10 years, actually,
UK, I think, would be involved, but I think
would tie
tie
in
with
tie with
US.
United States.
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
agree.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I always consider UK as more of like, the
Separate.
The English
No.
Tea Party,
No.
I'm too posh for you. I'm not
No,
going to
no,
join
no,
either
no.
side.
No, always
So
tie with the United States.
with all this stuff, does it affect any of the economy part?
Oh yeah.
100%.
Understand this, guys. I don't know what the barrel is right now. Probably $100, $104. If the war goes on longer,
Mm.
understand this: the supply of oil drops. So when it drops, the barrel of the price
Increase.
again. Bloomberg report, by the way,
That's
not just me throwing the numbers,
Bloomberg,
right?
that's the only thing I
Okay.
trust.
Right?
Okay.
They're predicting if this thing goes on longer and leads to something bigger,
Yeah.
the barrel is going to get to $150.
Jesus Christ.
That's going to increase the gas prices.
Yeah, everything.
What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah.
If the crude oil is expensive,
Yes.
flying's expensive.
Why are
Driving is
we now again? I'm going back to United States, paying the price for the people that are fighting the wars in Middle East.
And it's the regular folks
Yeah.
Mhm.
like you and me.
Yes. At the same time, if the oil barrel reaches $250,
Yeah.
who benefits in the United States. Also think about that. Right?
Yeah.
It goes both ways. It goes both ways.
Yeah.
I mean, sad truth, but it is what it is, guys.
Well, that's why we started this podcast, right? The bullshit.
The
Maybe
bullshit
we can
hour,
soon
yeah. Mhm.
do some awareness. You know,
Yeah.
hopefully, eventually down the road, people can actually, open their eyes.
Yeah.
I
When-
think,
They already know what's going on.
exactly.
People are just too afraid. I wouldn't say too afraid. They just don't want to.
They're way too afraid. Nowadays, you have to be.
gotta be-
You guys know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You have to be very careful with like what
What
you
you
say,
say.
who you say it to, how you
Right.
say it.
Mhm.
The culture we're in.
Even if in today's day and age, like if you're dating someone, you gotta be very careful of what do you say, what do you tell them,
Yeah.
right?
You
never
can't
know.
express your opinions about this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, you find a girl.
Yep.
You say, I'm a Trump supporter.
Oh man, that's
That's a red flag for a lot of people.
Especially
But-
in state of Illinois, my friend.
That's a
That
red
is
flag.
gonna go.
But
You're not gonna get a second date, Kevin.
but now everybody come to realize that the current the president that we have, obviously
Sucks.
it sucks.
Sucks.
Mr.
Just
Sleepy
say
Joe.
it.
It's not making any difference.
I don't think he's.
I feel
Listen, I don't think he sucks. He just sleeps on the job. He doesn't get the job done.
I think
Would you agree?
Hence
think-
the name.
I think he sleeps on being United States president. He sleeps at that, but he's more active and all that in his business, his personal business, his son's business or whatever they might have.
Okay.
Mr. HB?
Yeah.
Mr. HB.
Let's call it out.
You know.
Hunter Biden, my friends. Hunter Biden. The
That-
cocaine addict.
Yup.
You heard
Yeah.
about that, right? They
Yeah,
found some
but that
coke in
was
White
that was
House.
on the news.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I mean, it's not the first time
But
that's been on
what
the
did they do
podcast.
about it?
Nothing.
Nothing.
What are they gonna
Anything.
do?
Why is that?
Oh, Daddy, I found some coke
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, no problem,
You know?
Hunter. I got it.
Again, guys, this is just we're not picking any sides.
Yeah.
It's just we're just showing you what's out there.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're entitled to have your own opinions.
Yep. Yes. I agree.
You can.
I agree.
Yeah,
If you don't
Yeah.
like your current president, you don't like your current government, you don't like what they're doing,
Yeah.
you have to be able to call that out.
But again, at the same time, you don't have to like the other government that what's in the opposition at that point.
Well,
You
if
don't have to side either. At this point, you don't have to side
But then
Trump or Biden.
but
You
then-
don't.
I don't want to get too much into election, all that stuff.
Yeah.
At some point, we have to pick a side.
You don't have
You can
Do we
always
have
vote.
to? Do we have to? Can we? That's one of the points that I want to make. Do we always have to pick a side? Can we just not sit on the sidelines? Like Iran and my bad, not Iran, Israel and Palestine. Can we not just fucking sit on the side? Let them fucking figure out their fucking problems, man.
I would love that.
Right?
Yeah.
Why do we
should
have
be
to get
doing that.
involved?
We should be
Yeah.
doing that for
Why
all
do
of
I
it.
have not I
U.S.
taxpayers
as a whole.
have to pay 150 whatever $billion since Israel's been established, right? To keeping a peace in that fucking region. Like I don't give I don't get that point.
Yeah.
We need to cut ties with all of these, connections
I-
that have been formed.
I wouldn't say more cut ties. I think it's more like just play strategically on what to do
Uh-huh.
and when to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's more like, okay, not every single conflict you have to be involved.
True.
It's the meddling
You know,
too much. part.
That's we can all agree on these. All Americans
Right.
that we don't have to get involved
But here's the thing,
in
though.
every fucking thing.
Regular people like us agree with that, but somehow we still do it because I'll tell you why we do it. The people who actually make money from these things, they have to be involved. Otherwise, they wouldn't make money. I'm talking about the huge corporations, defense contractors. I'm talking about the oil companies.
Yeah.
And I think
BlackRock.
They will always get involved
because
so they can get
I
rich.
think they have good amount of people, Israeli community within the United States.
Oh, 100%.
You know?
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
And I don't think so that
Palestine too.
with current president or whatnot, I don't think so they want to lose that vote or that support from
Yeah,
that community.
I would challenge you on that a little bit.
You know.
I don't think
Depending, I don't know how big that is. You know, I don't know how big.
I don't think it's
I
about the
haven't done
votes, to
numbers
be
on that,
honest.
so I don't
how many
know.
people. You know.
I don't think it's about the
But-
votes at this point.
No.
I think it's about, you know, the big guy at the top who kind of runs the whole show down, and you know, being president of the United States,
Yeah.
it's good, it's fine, but it doesn't have that much power. The
But-
actual power is up top.
I do think maybe.
What's up top? Hang on.
Yeah.
What's up top?
Up top is, you know, I consider up top as our Wall Street,
The Wall Street Boys.
Wall Street boys.
Money-wise,
so State,
as far
I
as
would consider State
economy-wise.
Street,
Okay.
Vanguard,
And BlackRock.
and our financial system, our banks.
Okay.
So
I
you
agree.
so you're saying those companies, instead of obviously the government running it, they run the government.
I think they run the whole nation.
I beg to differ. I think they run the world.
They run the world.
That is true.
They run the
They
fucking world.
run
yeah.
everything.
They run the world, dude.
Yeah.
Like, imagine BlackRock has $10 trillion under their asset management.
You know how many different
Going off topic.
Yeah.
Going off topic. Right?
Yeah.
But
You know how many defensive contractors they have?
all of them.
Vanguard, yes.
They have
Vanguard,
all of them.
BlackRock,
They have all of them. They have
So
all of them.
are they more involved in manufacturing
They're involved in what?
arms?
Everything.
Everything.
They're involved in everything.
From your cereal box to creating F-22s. They're involved.
Everything. all in
Everything.
it.
Really?
Yes.
And guys, you
And
guys
they're
can
not just-
research on that.
And-
Let me get this right. They're not just involved. They own the majority stake.
And you think if somebody does something, and obviously it shakes their
Core.
core a little bit,
Mhm.
it's going to affect them
Oh yeah.
in many ways.
Oh,
You
yeah.
would be missed. You would
Yeah.
become
I mean,
part of it.
again, it's pretty simple to find that out on what companies that they own, what not. Just go to Yahoo Finance, type in the company that you want to search,
Yeah.
right? And then look for Yahoo Finance or the partners, right? The first two names that always comes up, or first three names, right?
Yeah.
Is State Street,
Okay.
Vanguard, BlackRock.
BlackRock.
That's it.
Any company you search, you go to holders.
Yep.
And it tells you a breakdown of each shares, like who owns how much of it.
Yeah.
And the first three are the one he mentioned. Any company.
We have done that research ourselves.
I've tried 10 to 15 names.
It's all the same.
It's all
It's
the
all,
fucking
all
You-
three.
Guys, go Google Coke and go Google Pepsi.
Vanguard, State Street, Financial District.
Big
Yep.
boys.
Big boys.
Big boys.
So
big
you're
boys.
saying the big boys are being
They're controlling the world.
they're making profits off children's beheadings.
If you want to look at it that way, yes, they are.
Anything for the money?
Besides money, I think money is not their issue at this point.
Status?
I think
Status not their point. I think the power. The main
power.
thing that they want is power.
They still want to control the world.
They still want to control the world. They just don't want to control the world right now.
Yeah.
They don't want to control the world in 10 years. They don't want to control the world in 50 years. They want to control the world in next 100, 200 years coming up.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how they are positioned themselves.
Okay.
sometimes not to get like too negative about this, but I do feel sad about living in this country and living in this world.
But it also goes to show that, how small you feel.
Oh,
Compare
Come with them.
after you
Oh, man.
dissect everything,
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
like, the
we
soul,
mean,
your-
we mean nothing.
We mean nothing.
That's
Our
what I'm saying.
opinion, hopefully it means something someday.
Hopefully, yes.
Hopefully it does.
Yeah.
Hopefully it does.
Yeah.
That's the,
At this point, guys, sad truth is I don't think it means jack shit.
But see, that's the thing. That's the best we can do at this point, where we raise awareness. We do these things.
Yeah.
It's not like we could do 10 different things right now on a Sunday evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to do
We try to
that.
educate people on the bullshit.
Yeah, it's.
But you think people really do need the education on the bullshit?
It's not the education part. It's more of I want the courage. If these three dumbasses can do it, I can do this. Yeah, definitely. Give us your feedback. Share your thoughts.
Mhm.
Share the bullshit you want to hear from us.
Yep.
Share the bullshit you would like to know.
Yep.
We'll do our best. will do a lot of research. And he's really good at that. You know, we call him the research guy. Second Google, right?
I mean, it's more like we'll give you the most current, updated version, I guess.
Yeah,
You know,
we'll give you the recent
most,
events.
most raw,
What's wrong?
unfiltered.
100%.
Unfiltered bullshit,
Yes,
guys.
yes. So that way, you guys not, I guess, left behind in darkness.
Yeah,
in
and
any
nowadays
way.
it's very important because the media you hear, you know, Instagram, Twitter, whatever that is, it's very biased. They're
biased.
doing their own propaganda.
Yes.
Yeah.
But everybody knows that.
Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
They're doing their own propaganda. Maybe at some point this podcast can become the actual true.
Hopefully.
You know, right?
True
of course.
stuff. Yeah. I mean, true news, guys. I mean, we don't want to.
We deserve
anything.
that.
Yeah, we deserve that. We don't
I
want to
think
filter
so.
anything. We just want to say
What happened to the
what
back?
we think.
What happened to the back in the days? You turn on the news and you hear what actually happened.
Those are gone days, bro, friend.
But anyways, I think that's a topic for a different episode, right?
Yep.
We'll cover
Yep.
that 100%. We'll cover media in America, different countries, whatever that is, right? What do we have next in store?
Next in store would be something related to. I don't want to give much details.
Yeah.
On that one.
Something exciting?
I won't say something exciting. People
Okay.
already know this.
Yeah.
Would be something related to social media platforms and how those content creators get really popular actually. Different
And make money off it, huh?
and make money off of
Yeah.
that, whether it be plain organic or
Paid.
paid.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't
That
know
sounds-
what we don't know what the you know what true is. We don't know what bullshit is, right? You
So
don't
we'll
know-
call more
you-
bullshit out next time
Yep.
on social media
Yep.
and the content creators, right?
Yep.
As mentioned before, share your feedback.
Please.
We want to improve,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Not perfect.
Like, comment, subscribe.
What's our handle, Mr. Big Man?
The Bullshit Show. So you can follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok. If you see any short clips, share them, like them.
And it's
Pass it
called
on.
At Bullshit Show or At
The
Bullshit
Bullshit
The
Hour?
Bullshit Hour.
Okay.
Bullshit
The Bullshit Hour.
At Bullshit Hour.
Yep.
That's our handle.
It's gonna be
IG,
for all of them.
Twitter,
They're all same.
everything.
Everything's
Yep.
the same.
Although this is our first podcast,
There might be some mistakes, guys.
yeah.
There might be some
All-
mistakes.
Every day is gonna be improvement. So
We're gonna improve as we
Improve
go
every day.
along. We're gonna listen to you, and
Yeah.
you know what? We're gonna read every comment.
Yeah.
That you guys tell out there. I mean, again,
That's how
Can
we
be
that's
absurd.
how we improve. Yeah.
So we'll be posting it on Apple Podcast and Spotify as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So for the audio listeners. All right.
Sounds
Okay.
great.
That's it.
All right,
Cool.
guys. Thanks
Signing
for
out.
coming.
Harsh, Kevin, Vaibhav. See you guys next time.
All right.
Bullshit Hour.
Good night.
Thank you. The Bullshit Hour.